Hey Rangers, welcome back to the channel and welcome to my review of the Thundersaurus Megazord from Power Rangers Dino Thunder. This is an epically awesome Zord, guys. I can't wait to share it with you. This is definitely one to pick up if you're a fan of Power Rangers and a fan of Power Rangers Dino Thunder. Let's get right into it, guys. We have the three main Zords. We have the Tyrannosaurus, we have the Pterodactyl, and of course we have the Triceratops. We have Connor, Kira, and Ethan representing. We have the figures back there to help us out a little bit. Let's start talking about these three Zords, guys. They're awesome. I can't wait to show you. We're going to start with Connor's T-Rex. We'll do a 360 for this tall boy. This tall, pointy boy. We'll get some close-ups for you. Let's start talking about features and articulation, of course. The mouth can open and close. We have individual, very sharp, hard plastic golden teeth. We have some cool chrome and awesome patterning on the back here at the tail. The tail is capable of rotating. If you do not know, a lot of us do know that this Zord does in fact take two AA batteries. I sadly do not have batteries in mine at the time of filming this, but I will let you know all of what can happen. His arms can rotate as such. Lots of movement in the wrist and the arm itself, mostly for transformation purposes. The feet is really where all the articulation is. We have ankle forward, we have ankle backwards, we have knee forward and back. We have legs that can go all the way back and then come all the way forward. They are capable of doing 360, just not in this mode. We can get him into a lot of cool poses. I will sometimes pose him down like this. But you can basically go up notch for notch and get him into a lot of cool different poses. You can do sort of like a bowed leg sort of thing. Lots of different poses you can do because of all of those cool leg joints. I think that this is one of the more superior Tyrannosaurus Zords that Power Rangers has presented to us. Going back to that battery gimmick, when the batteries are switched on, there's a motor inside. This tail will rotate, and any auxiliary Zords that you connect to the Megazord will also activate their special gimmicks. That is the T-Rex. Moving on to the Triceratops. There's not a lot going on with Ethan's Zord, sadly. We have a mouth that can open, barely. We have a gimmick with the back of the head here with the switch. The horns will move up and down when you flick this switch back here. We have some awesome chrome plating back here with that Jurassic swirl design. No movement on the tail, no movement on the head. We have no ankles, and the arms can move due to transformation, but it's not much to pose them with. Unfortunately, we just get a blue Triceratops brick. I think that they could have done what they did in Wild Force and made a seam here down the middle where that gray section is and given us an elbow joint. That would have been very cool. They've done it the previous seasons with Wild Force. Don't understand why they couldn't have done that here. Lastly, we have the Terra Zord, the Pterodactyl, Kira's Zord. Very similar to the Eagle Zord from Power Rangers Wild Force. We can check out the detailing first. We have these emerald green diamonds. The paint is chipping on one of them, unfortunately. This is my own personal Megazord that I had many childhood years of playtime with. And sadly, when you are a child, you don't realize that you should be taking care of your toys and not bashing them up against each other. Anyways, the wings will go in and out just like this. They will come forward. They will not go backwards, unfortunately. This upper part of the wing is free to rotate full 360. The head does get in the way, but this back piece of the wing will go full 360. The head is on a swivel joint, just like the Hawk Zord from Ninja Storm, and just like the Eagle Zord, I believe, or the Crane Zord from Mighty Morphin. Very similar neck joints, so you can get a lot of posability out of there. And the legs can go forward and backwards. And that's basically the Terra Zord, guys. Look from behind. Look from all over. Very cool Zord. Alright guys, we have gone over each Zord as an individual component. It is time to turn them into the Thundersaurus Megazord, and here is how to do that. We're going to move these two Zords off to the side. We're going to take the Tyrannosaurus, we're going to fold his arms up underneath him just like that. These tabs on top of the legs will actually fold backwards if you can get your fingernail under there to do it. There's no easy way to do it except with a fingernail. Just like that. These pieces are going to unclip from the side and drop down and click back in at the base of the leg. What we can do now is rotate the body so that the tail is sticking out to the right and the head is on the left. There is a hinge down here, as you can see right where my finger is. We're going to break that hinge, and as we do, this is going to want to fold down. We're going to rotate the legs and allow that to fold down until it becomes the top. We can then drop this down. We can then lift the head up, just like that. We can swing it around to the front, drop it back down, and then push it back in towards the body, and it will click into place after you push it in towards the body. And there we have the majority of the Megazord. What we can do now is take Ethan's Triceratops Zord. We can fold up all of the legs backwards. All of them go backwards, and they will click into place. And we can use that connecting port on the side here. At this point in the show, the head does come up, so we can lift up this front plate of the head just like this. The head is down in there, so we need to grab it and flip it backwards. So I'm going to do that. I do need two hands to do that. It's easier to open the mouth, actually, and put your finger in the mouth and push the head up from the mouth. Just like that. It will click into place. You can close up the top of the T-Rex head, and you can close the mouth. Next, we finally take the pterodactyl. We'll put her head down, make sure that this is sticking up, fold in these back pieces of the wings. We will take this back piece off, set it to the side, and we can clip this right underneath here. There's a clip for it, so this just goes right underneath. The head of the pterodactyl will go right underneath the T-Rex's jaw. There is a void for it, and it will clip in, just like that. And then there's two tabs right here on the side of the T-Rex head where the back of the wings will in fact tab in. Just like that. And then the back of the pterodactyl, we'll rotate these so that the feet are in line with this horn. Just like that. And we will drop it on the top of the figure's head. Push that back into frame. And there we have it, guys. This is the Thundersaurus Megazord from Power Rangers Dino Thunder. Let's do a quick 360 of this Megazord so you can see it. I love all of the gold detailing that this Megazord has going on. We have that amazing Triassic, prehistoric patterning going on the shoulder pads, as well as etched into the plastic down here. It's very, very nice detailing that they didn't have to do. They could have just left it, or they could have put stickers instead. So it's very cool that that's actually etched into the plastic there. I like when the toy line manufacturers go that extra mile for us and give us that level of detail. You can have the drill spin if batteries are installed. You still get the action of the Triceratops horns with that lever behind the Triceratops head. One thing that this Megazord can do is go into shield mode. I do forget the name of that mode. I do know that there is an official name for that mode. Drop a comment down below and educate me, guys. Help me remember. It's been quite some time since I've watched Dino Thunder. So to do that, the front part of this Dino Drill actually comes off, and you get a fist. The Triceratops head, if you pull down on that lever, will pop right off. There is a little tab back here where my finger is. You can pull that out, and it becomes a handle. You can put that to the side. Then you flip out the fist. You take off the tail, the tail has this little nub that will fold down just like this, and it will plug into the back of the Dino Drill. You can then give him the sword, and now mine is loose on this side, so the shield might flop, but he can hold the shield in his other hand, or vice versa, whichever you want to do. And there you have it, guys. This is the Thundersaurus Megazord with its sword and its shield. Very cool that they did that. I believe they've used this a few times in the show. I do not know exactly how many times. Very cool that the toy can, in fact, do that. Oh, there it goes, flopping down. Let's get him back into its regular mode. Alright guys, back in the regular mode, we'll go over articulation. We have a full 360 on both arms, and this arm can go up and down. For leg articulation, the legs can go forward a little bit. They can go not so much backwards. We do get a knee forward and back. One peg each way, I believe. Ankle articulation has been hindered by this piece of the leg coming down and blocking that, unfortunately. What I can show for you guys, I have 3 of the 4 auxiliary Zords, the Parasaur Zord, the Ankylozord, and the Dimetrazord. I do not have the Cephalozord in my collection at this time, I do apologize, but I do have 3 out of the 4. I will show you how to combine these. These will go up, just like that. This Zord will spin, just like that. Lots of cool spikes, armored plates. Mouth can open, all that fun stuff. Parasaur Zord. We have swivel here, up and down. Back legs have articulation just like that. We have his gimmick back here with the scissor when you install him to the battery-operated Megazord. Head will do a full 360. He can look up and down. He does have the slightest bit of a mouth down here. Closer look at his face. Other leg, so let's get him into scissor mode. Fold those back down. These can just rest right down here, or I like to just tuck them up on the side here, do a rotate. I just display mine like this. You guys would be better off to do it on the stomach. I'm not sure which one is correct. You can do you. Spin the head around and then tilt the head down. That's in scissor mode. And then we have Dimetrazord, where we have no real leg articulation. The head can move up and down. The mouth can open. This blade will spin just like in the show. It's better to spin it down here. These are connected. I believe if you roll him just like this, it'll spin. It's very cool. Close up of the face of the Dimetrazord. Dimetrazord is probably one of my favorite auxiliary Zords from the show. He just looks evil, very menacing. To get him transformed, we're going to lift the legs above his head, and we're just going to split him in half just like that. This piece down here does have the option to rotate, so you can put him on either side of the Megazord, whichever one you would like to. To get them on, we just untab these from there. We plug in these Zords here on this side and on this side, just like that, and we have our auxiliary Zords on there. With the batteries, this drill will spin, and then this will spin also. The Ankylozord also has a secret button on one of the spikes, where if you press down on this button that is right here, this missile will actually pop out. It does not shoot. I do not believe that there's a spring in there. Correct. It's not spring loaded. It will just come out and you can pretend to fly this into one of Mesogog's monsters. That'll just plug right back in there. We will swap out the Dimetrazord for the Parasaur Zord. And then with batteries, this will open and close just like this. Those are all of the auxiliary Zords that I have, guys. So that's cool that I was able to show you 3 out of 4 of them, what they would look like on the Thundersaurus. So guys, that has been my review on the Thundersaurus Megazord from Power Rangers Dino Thunder. Thank you so much for checking out the video. I appreciate it. As always, if you guys did like the video, I ask kindly that you leave a like, consider subscribing, comment, all of that fun YouTube stuff, guys. I very much appreciate you being here, and it helps out the channel a lot. I will see all of you Rangers in the next video.